If you want to change your life conditions, you've got to have the right character traits. So let's go through 4 of them right now. Let's start with the skeptic. Now, skeptics often wear their skepticism almost with this sense of pride. They almost like to brandish their skepticism. But quite frankly, skeptics are basically pussies. They haven't learned how to handle setbacks and failures, and they have no way of being able to cope with disappointment, and they're so terrified of being disappointed again that they would rather not take any action and instead hide behind their skepticism. Then we've got the realist, and what the realist says is, I hope it works out, let's give it a go and see what happens. So the mantra of the realist is, I'll believe it when I see it. How's that going to work out, do you think? The realist tends to use the word try. I tried, I gave it a good go. But what do you think is going to happen when the failures and the hard work really hit? How much tenacity and resilience do you think they're going to have? Then we've got the blind optimist, right? This is the kid who joins Amway and is like, yeah, I'm going to be a billionaire next week. And in truth, the blind optimist doesn't have courage. Because this same kid, what happens next week when the billions don't show up? He throws a tantrum, right? It's like, where the fuck are my billions? And then he tends to jump ship, just quits. And then what the blind optimist tends to fall for is shiny object syndrome. They're constantly hopping from one thing to the next. So what attitude do we need to cultivate? Well, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to use the term being a creator. It's just a name I've randomly made up. But as part of this, we need optimism. We need the ability to have a clear vision of what we want and to be able to see things the way they've never been before, to see things that we've never had before, and to create such a vivid, clear image of that excites us, and we hold on to that image in spite of the fear. We don't let the fear cloud that image. You need to be able to see things the way you've never seen them before. But you also need to combine that with the courage to see it through when the failures hit, when the setbacks hit, when things don't go the way you want them to keep on going until you figure out the way to continue taking inspired action in spite of the knockbacks, in spite of the fear. Faith is a huge part of this as well, because faith bridges the gap in your knowledge. If you need to know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen before it happens, then you'll never take action. You want guarantees you're looking for too much certainty. And so we need to have the ability to develop and cultivate faith and trust in the process and to see it through, even though we don't know exactly how things are going to turn out. It's like you're saying to yourself, I don't know exactly how things are going to turn out, but what I do know is that whatever happens, I will find a way.